What's up, y'all? It's Daniel the Shoemmelier. It is early November, and I am very late. A month late from releasing the latest episode in my series of the top sneakers of the year released so far. If you have not been keeping track, basically starting in February, I have done a video where I talk about the best shoes of the year, the top shoes, my favorite shoes released so far up to that point. I started off with 12, and every month I take away one slot, so that by the end of the year, basically I'm just talking about the one shoe that I think is the best top favorite shoe released in 2025. So in February, I had 12. In March, 11. April, 10. May, 9. June, 8. July, 7. August, 6. September, 5. And this is the video for October, where I talk about the top 4 sneakers released in the year 2025 from January all the way through September. So in a week or so, I will release another video where I'm talking about the 3 top favorite sneakers released of the year so far from January through October, but this is kind of a makeup video. So this is the top 4 favorite sneakers released in the year 2025 so far from the month of January through September. Starting off at number 4, a mainstay since it was released, the Action Bronson and New Balance 990 V6 Untitled. To me, this is the, without a doubt, best colorway of all the colorways he has released and has been rumored to then release after this. It's that white leather mixed with the colors. I know other people have said that they like the other colorways, the ones with a less white, a little bit more color on that, and that's fine. That's good for them. But for me, white shoes have always spoken to me. I'm more of an all-white shoe than an all-black shoe, but I love color more than just white and black. So this particular shoe looks good. It feels good. It's a great shoe. It's a great collaboration, and to me, a worthy top 5 entry on this list. I won't speak to anybody else's list, but I haven't seen it on any national sneaker list, but I'm sure a lot of you out there may at least put it in the top 10. For me, so far, it's number 4. Number 3, the undefeated and Air Jordan 4. Now, I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but I have 2 criteria when putting this list together. Number 1, it can't be a retro. That's why you will not see metallic 5s on this list, or black cement 3s, white cement 3s, whatever. If it is a retro, and I do consider that Air Jordan 1 85 band colorway that only released at 23 places and blah, 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 I consider that a retro. It's basically trying to be an exact retro of the first version of that shoe. So you won't see any retros on this list. I believe personally that no retro should be considered for a sneaker of the year because it already had come out. It should have gotten its flowers when it initially came out, and if it didn't, that's too bad. If you like it now more than you did back then, well, that's fine. That's okay. That's why you won't find the Gamma 11 on this list, though it has been a shoe that I've been waiting for and calling for the last few years. It's a retro. Won't be on this list. The second criteria is that it has to be widely available. It can't just be available at ComplexCon and only ComplexCon or in Paris Fashion Week. It can be available those places, but maybe then on the Saucony website or on the Undefeated website or Sneakers or Confirmed or whatever. So having said all of that, that's why there are no retros on this list. I know you might be thinking, well, wait a minute, this Undefeated Air Jordan 4 is kind of a retro, and you're kind of right, but it was not available to the masses. It was not a general release, and this year it is, and to me a very important release of a, yes, retro, but not exactly a public retro, which is why last year or the year before, whatever, the Terror Squad Air Force Ones would have been eligible for this type of list. All of that being said, number 3, undefeated Air Jordan 4. It's on the list. It's on the list for now. Number 2, the Pharrell Williams and Adidas Virginia Adistar Jellyfish. Now, you can pick any colorway you want. I am more partial to color. So of the 4 colorways that have released thus far, though not all of them have released to the general public. So I guess this first one can't be considered on this list. It's the blue one. The blue one that was, I think, only released at ComplexCon in Las Vegas. Your boy was not able to get in line because he likes to sleep. So I didn't try to fight the masses. I certainly wasn't going to fight anybody. But that's my favorite one. I think number 2 is kind of a tie between the orange and the green. I think if it all came down to it, my heart says green because I could wear that a lot more, but the orange is the OG colorway, and you're like, oh man, I kind of really want that one. So that's kind of like 2 and 3. And then number 4 would be the gray and white colorway. I love color, so that's how I would rank them. I'd be curious how you would rank those colorways of the Jellyfish. Now, I was at SneakerCon. I was there at the Sneaker of the Year panel, and then for them to say like, well, I don't think we're going to be talking about this shoe in 5 years, so I don't know, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because how is the shoe now? What is the zeitgeist of the shoe now? What is the hype? What is the love? All of these things. We can look at countless of movies or actors and actresses who won the Academy Award for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress. And we look back later and go like, oh man, was Crash really the best movie that year, or should it have been Brokeback Mountain? The answer is yes, it should have been Brokeback Mountain. However, it was a sign of the times. It was where we were at, and that's why Crash won, for better or for worse. All right, we look at other awards and we go like, well, when we look back, yes, when you look back, but that's not the point. The point of the list is where we are in this world, in this culture right now. And right now, the Jellyfish is a hot shoe, regardless of how we think or what we think about where this shoe will be. Doesn't matter. Right now, it's there. To me, it is a top 5, top 3 shoe. That's why it's number 2 on my list of the top sneakers of the year released so far through the month of September. And that takes us to number 1, who, much like the other 3 shoes mentioned already, basically entered the list and stayed on the list from the day they released. And I remember when this sneaker released in February, or when the pictures were released before I could get it in hand, I already called it the potential, more than likely. I think it's going to be the sneaker of the year, and whatever, Complex agreed to it, but I think they had a whole thing planned. They had to, right? But that doesn't mean the shoe isn't great. It's the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 Brick by Brick. A beautiful shoe. Yes, a beautiful shoe that in 5 years people will be talking about. That doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't care about resale. I don't care about all of that stuff. It's great. I'm not going to sell my pair. I haven't even worn my pair because I haven't had an event that I'm like, I should wear this shoe here. But it doesn't matter. To me, it is the shoe of the year. I don't see another shoe tackling it. There could be some movement on the list, especially as I have to shorten and get less and less. But I would be hard pressed to see a situation where in January, when I release my sneaker of the year video, I don't want to spoil it, but I also don't want you lot to watch it. But at the same time, it's like, I think it might be the sneaker of the year. I know I say that like, oh, here's a hot take. It's not a hot take. I made that hot take in February, along with some few select other people. But yes, sneaker of the year, Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 Brick by Brick. And there you have it, my top 4 from January through the month of September. As always, let me know what you think of my list in the comment section down below. Maybe you have some addendums, some additions. You may not like my criteria, and that's fine. But when you put those 2 points of criteria in putting a list together, well, then you've got to be a little creative. And personally, for me, I think an organization, a magazine, whatever you want to call Complex, however you feel about them, they are definitely the ESPN Sports Illustrated of sneaker culture and fashion culture, mainly sneaker culture. I won't give them more than that. And I think they have a responsibility. They need to understand the power that they wield enough to go, I don't think a movie released 25 years ago being re-released this year should win Best Picture at the Oscars. Therefore, a shoe that is just a retro, a re-release, should not be eligible for Sneaker of the Year. So when you look at the 9 out of 10 that were Nike/Converse, or were they all? I think, 9 out of the 10 were Nike branded Jordan, Converse, and then you had the Adidas Jellyfish. I think you could take out a handful of them because they're just retros. And retros are fine, but are they truly worthy of being Sneaker of the Year? I don't think so. Let's talk about that also in the comment section down below. So to all of you out there, wherever you are, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and just chill. Till the next episode.